AEW will continue its streak of not actually pay-per-views but special events like January's Bash at the Beach or the cancelled at the moment Blood and Guts. Fyter Fest takes place across the next 2 weeks, and these are my predictions for the 11 announced matches. On night 1, we start with Jurassic Express vs MJF and Wardlow, in a continuation of MJF and Jungle Boy's rivalry. I would love to see Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus pick up the win, and maybe challenge for the tag titles in the near future, but I'm feeling AEW won't give MJF another defeat, at the very least until All Out. So I choose MJF and Wardlow to win this encounter. Then we have Hikaru Shida facing off Penelope Ford for the AEW Women's title. There hasn't been much of a build for this match, besides Ford's victory over Shida a few weeks ago and their brawl last week. Ford is a pretty clear placeholder opponent for Shida as we wait for a more well-established name to be a title contender. It should be an easy retention for Shida. Coming up, we have Private Party taking on Santana and Ortiz. These teams started fighting as part of Matt Hardy and Sammy Guevara's feuds. However, with Sammy suspended, I'm not quite sure how the encounter will play out, since originally I thought Matt and Sammy would get involved, but now I think this will be a straight tag match with Private Party scoring the win. Later on, Cody will defend the TNT Championship against Jake Hager. Cody has had fun bouts against Jungle Boy, Mark Quinn, and Ricky Starks, so after all those opponents, I'm not particularly excited to see Hager get a title shot. The match should be decent, but Cody is on a hot streak, and it shouldn't end soon. And to finish night 1, Kenny Omega and Hangman Page will take on the Best Friends with the AEW Tag Team titles on the line. This rivalry started more or less from the beginning of the no-crowd era of shows. Trent and Chuck have really stepped up their game in the last few months, and I'd love to see them as champions. But Omega and Page still have a ton more tag matches left in the tank. However, they could still have those tag matches without belts. So, this is probably my wildest prediction, but I'm officially choosing Best Friends to win the titles. To start night 2, FTR will team up with the Jobbox to fight the Butcher, the Blade, and the Lucha Bros. This should be incredibly fun with all the talent involved and is a possible match of the night contender. I could see Pentagon and Phoenix pick up the win in their comeback encounter, but I think FTR and the Young Bucks will manage to work as a cohesive unit and will leave Fyter Fest victorious. Next, Lance Archer vs Joey Janela will take place, and as much as I like Joey, his chances of winning this encounter are practically non-existent. This is just a rebound win for Archer. After that, SCU will take on Brodie Lee, Colt Cabana, and Stu Grayson. The whole Cabana joins the Dark Order storyline has been quite entertaining, and I'm pretty interested to see where it will go in the road to All Out. SCU don't really have any sort of major storyline at the moment, so it should be a fairly simple victory for Lee, Cabana, and Grayson. There's also a Nyla Rose match announced. I have no idea whether she'll face an established AEW star like Big Swole, Shanna, and Abaddon, or an unsigned wrestler making her AEW debut. Either way, I think Nyla will win. Then we have the issue of Jon Moxley vs Brian Cage for the AEW Championship. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think this match will actually happen. With the whole Moxley, Renee Young, and Kobe's deal, it's probably for the best to delay this encounter. I was going to predict a Mox retention, but assuming Cage gets a replacement opponent, maybe Darby Allin, he will likely win to keep his momentum. So, with Mox vs Cage out of the card, Chris Jericho versus Orange Cassidy is quite possibly the next best option to main event Night 2. The interactions these two have had over the last few weeks have been the highlight of every single show, and after the success of Cassidy vs Pac, I can't wait to see what Jericho can put together with the freshly squeezed star. As for the winner, I'm going to make another wild prediction and say Mike Tyson will return and cost Jericho the match. Do you agree with my choices? Leave a comment down below with your predictions for Fyter Fest. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter @PommyWrestling for any updates. That's all for now. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, see ya.